Hi, I'm Ted Hanley from the Jesse Tree, and thanks for agreeing to be a Jesse Tree friendly voice. We are reaching out to touch base with the more than 250 recipients of our Senior Wellness and Food Box program. Now, many people evacuated. They were frightened by the storm. People are scared. People are getting back home, assessing whether they had damage. This is a population of people who are eligible to live where they are in public housing by virtue of dire poverty, disabilities, and illness. So a very vulnerable population, and our goal here is to reach out and assure them, they're safe now, they're back, food is on the way, and so is other help. If you are a friendly voice and you're calling from a remote site, because many people will not be there on Wednesday when we come to deliver the food boxes, so we want to touch base with them, and if you have agreed to call, we're going to recommend that you use the universal self-screening form. You can find it on our website, it's in our app, and we want it to be relaxed. The goal here is, number one, assure people the Jesse Tree is still here, we're coming to help, food boxes will be delivered this week, and you'll get another food box at the end of the month. People will be fearful that if they miss the food box in August, maybe they're not going to get one at the end of September. These seniors in the state of Texas, the cap is $16 a month for food stamps. So that doesn't take people to the end of the month. We want to make sure they know food is on the way, other help is on the way. In a very relaxed way, you want to make sure that they know that we're going to ask some questions. The questions are geared simply to know what other resources we can mobilize. Do you have health concerns? Do you need prescriptions? Have you made a FEMA application? All the questions that will assure them that help is on the way, but they may need help with those things. We also have a list called the Enrollment Portfolio, and this is a checklist of all the documents that if they're going to apply for FEMA, if they're going to apply for food stamps, if they're going to re-enroll for Medicare, Medicaid, these are all things at this time of year people are gearing up to re-enroll. We're going to be here to answer questions, or we're going to invite other agencies to come in who help with the enrollment, who answer questions. So be relaxed, be friendly, give people a chance to tell their stories. We want to listen and assure them we're here, we're going to be here, we're going to get through this together. Thanks very much. So it could be either on the phone if you're calling, or it could be in person when we're delivering the food boxes, but basically this is how an interview would go. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell. I'm Ted Hanley from the Jesse Tree. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Tell me what happened to you during Hurricane Harvey.
Where do I begin? I actually had to evacuate. Unfortunately, we had some leaks in our living arrangements. And so being placed here at Gulf Breeze at this time affords me the opportunity for a safer environment.
Well, good. Well, the first thing I want to make sure you know is the good news is the food boxes are coming on Wednesday. And so we will be here. Now, you may have noticed we were here yesterday. We gave out some fruit and vegetables. People are donating, being very generous, and we wanted to touch base, make sure people know food is on the way, but so is other help. So you remember our screening form, and we've gone over this numerous times in the past, but if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you just a few questions just so that I know what we can be looking for to better help you readjust after Hurricane Harvey. Would that be okay?
No problem.
Well, what right now that you're back in your place and you're safe, and what is the thing you need most?
I would have to say prescriptions.
Okay.
Prescription assistance.
Very good. And where do you usually get your prescriptions?
I have been getting my prescriptions through a program at Walgreens, but I'd like to need help because with my financial needs at this time from the aftermath of the hurricane,
Okay.
I'm strapped.
Very good. Now, what I want to recommend is I want to recommend you call Walgreens and find out, where they are with your prescriptions. And I'm going to have somebody touch base with you. Not going to be immediately. It's going to be a few days, maybe a week, but we're going to follow up. But in the meantime, I suggest you call Walgreens. Now, will you be available on Wednesday when we come with the food boxes?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Then I'm going to have some volunteers here, and they're going to come with the screening form, and we'll discuss some of these things. Can you think of anything else that you could use some help with now?
Well, I actually am going to need to begin the process of enrolling for Medicare enrollment because this prescription coverage that I have at this time, it's too costly.
Okay, and again, when you call Walgreens, I want to recommend you talk to a pharmacist and ask them specifically to look at the medications that you need and what Medicare package would they recommend for you that would be best to meet your needs for your prescriptions. Can you remember to do that?
Absolutely. I do have
Great.
one other concern. Do you have any information that we actually could use for the process with FEMA?
Yes, and there are a couple of different ways to do that. And now that you bring it up, I think what I'm going to do is on Wednesday when you come for your food box, I'm going to have a flyer. We'll put it with the food box, and there will be an 800 number that you can call. But if you have access to a computer or somebody with a telephone that can go online, you can actually do an online application for FEMA. So there are a couple different ways, and if you need some help with that, we can get some volunteers to help, okay? Let me ask you a couple other questions. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, what is your means of transportation?
The transportation provided here through Go for Race, I'm sorry.
Okay, and I know right now the bus schedule has been interrupted, but I think if you keep checking, I think things are going to improve now that the storm is over. We just touched base about Medicare. Now, have you received food stamps in the past?
No, I haven't.
No? Would you be interested in taking a look to see if you are eligible to receive? Okay. Well, again, when we come on Wednesday, I'm going to put a flyer together and we'll have some information that you can pursue that. Now, have you ever been told that you have diabetes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And are you aware of our diabetes program?
No.
No? Okay, Jesse Tree has a diabetes program. We actually offer classes to teach you some ways to get healthy and stay healthy. And we've got a lot of information, and I'll make some information available to you. Where are you currently seeing a doctor?
At this time, UTMB.
Okay, all right. Well, and they will probably recommend some follow-up, and one of the things that we can offer is some education and helping you get in touch with some resources that will help you with your diabetes. The food box is, one thing that's important is regular meals, regular healthy meals. So we're going to want to talk in the future about improved nutrition. What about heart disease?
Yes.
Okay. And are you seeing a doctor for that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. High blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay. Asthma?
No.
No. Any other disabilities?
None at this time.
No. Okay. Now, you mentioned that you go to UTMB. Have you checked in with them or called since the storm?
I'm scheduled to on tomorrow.
Okay, very good. And you were not aware of our program for diabetes, so I'm going to have one of our friendly voices call you back, tell you a little bit more about that, because very important to get information and ongoing education about things like diabetes. Do you have any other family members who live with you?
Not at this time.
No. Okay. Well, I think, unless you can think of anything else, we will see you on Wednesday. We will have volunteers here, and we will provide some ongoing information. Do you know how to reach us at the Jesse Tree if you have any questions?
Yes, I've seen the flyers
Good.
throughout the facility.
Good.
With your
And
information on it.
please don't hesitate to reach out, call us. So tell me, how are you feeling now that you're back from the storm and you've seen what, I'm sure you've seen on TV, what's happened in Houston and Beaumont. Tell me, how are you feeling now?
Fortunate, but overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I'm just going to take one day at a time.
yeah, it is. It's an overwhelming experience for all of us. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Wednesday.